brightening up outside, and I think it's going to brighten up a bit inside now. Please welcome the ever bright, the ubiquitous, the transcendent Anneke.
It was very weird getting to the end of book 2 because it's been a focus for 3 years. I've been totally focused on writing. I've lost all my friends, because I'm totally like a hermit writing. And when finally the last words were finished and it was done and I didn't add any more, it was very difficult to turn the voice on because there's this voice in my head. I didn't say, oh, God, did I mention it? So finally it is done. I have finished. And I would say, no, you can go.
Now it's your chance for an addendum if you want to give us the appendix today. It's volume 2 of 2, presumably. Looking at both books, the first one, Self-Portrait, is, if you like, boat building, getting yourself ready, building up your portfolio of skills and friendships and things. And part 2, Naked, sees you setting sail on what is at times quite a stormy sea. Do you think your life does divide neatly at all into those 2 parts, or was that just that you filled the book and it was time to move on to the second one?
Nothing in my life is neat. I wish it were, but it isn't. That's what I've done. What I felt was that in a way, writing about the 60s, it needed a completion there. To sort of, can you hear? I've got the weirdest ringing. Is it quiet? Can you hear? Yeah, what? Yeah, what? Because I'm Dexter as well. So I hope if you can't hear me, then just shout. So it seemed to me that it was a nice division to finishing off at the end of the 60s and finishing my acting, as it were. We'll come back to it later. And then to start the book again with this sort of feeling of, for a moment there, sort of happy settled life in the country, but it didn't last. Whatever it is, you don't know. I have to say, a lot of you may never speak to me again after you read book 2.
We're talking about the books, so let's move on from that. I think the significant thing that happened in your life, maybe just before the book started, is that you turned your back on acting. This is simultaneously moving out of London, out to Norfolk. What made you move away from acting?
I tell you exactly what made me move away from acting. It was my husband's jealousy. He made my life miserable because he got jealous of everybody I worked with. And I was trying to keep my marriage together, so I thought, well, if I stop doing the thing that annoys me, maybe that will help. So in a way, that was very much part of it. And you see, the thing was, what to do? I was working with such a people, Patrick Troughton, who I adored, you know what to do.
When you bump into Michael Craze again, this, for many of us here, I'm sure, the first time we encountered Polly or what she looked like was when we saw that picture in the Radio Times 10th anniversary special.
Yes.
Brilliant, the 2 of you running across the field. Wouldn't it have been great if that could have been one of the adventures? And you met Mike again there, and he said, well, you should do a bit of acting, and suggested that you get on with it again. You had an agent again briefly.
Yes,
but
when I got back to my agent and said, Mike was good because he said, so do you miss it? And I said, yes, I do. I miss acting. I miss the one-on-one with the other actors and the whole life of it. I do miss it. So he said, why don't you get in touch with your agent, see if they'd like to pick you up again. So they said, yes, get more photos. But my heart wasn't in it. And as I write in the book, it isn't a profession that you could be half-assed about. You've got to be 100% because it's tough and it's really needed. I talk about Dr. Ernst Heinemann? Can I tell you about Dr. Ernst Heinemann? Listen, if you haven't got it, you have to go and get it. It's fantastic. So what happened was they said, would I read the story, which was a story I was in, which you probably know. And so this was fantastic, because I'm going to read iconic Doctor Who, and also it was a story I was in. So when I got the book, the funny thing was that I remembered all the jokes. Because there's this one bit where the controller says, we've discovered your back passage and we've blocked it. And I remembered how this felt about it when I was we can't say that, do we? So jokes I remembered, my lines I remembered. So the story came through the post, and it was like Richard Burroughs was saying, and I thought, oh man, I want to do all these voices. I want to do, and we were all men. I worked for 4 weeks, was it 8 weeks? I worked for all men, there were no other women in the house. So, and you've got no director to help you, that you just, turn up on the 15th and we'll do it. So I put myself into rehearsals at home, as it were, in my kitchen. And so what I did for the controller, get his voice, I put a pillow in my t-shirt. Don't worry that, I won't like this, it won't like it, to get the voice right. And then holy shit. I had to do Patrick Troughton, who you all know and love, and I've got to do his voice, and I'm a woman, it's not so easy to do. And then I have to do Fraser lines. So I called him up on his mobile, and I said, Fraser, how would you, as Jamie have said, moon, the old man in the moon, how would you say it? Moon or moon? He said, think of Dr. Who, and then you'll get it right. So then I had to do Jamie. So at one point I had to say, do you think we'll meet the old man in the moon? And Mike says, you won't meet the dicky bird, Mike, if you don't get a move one. So I had to do Mike's voice as well. Anyway, I pulled it off. I did pull it off, and I listened to it recently, because I thought you guys might ask me about it. And it's fantastic, and they've done these amazing sound effects with the Cybermen. When the Cybermen go off into space, their spaceships go off into space. And they've made all this kind of fantastic sound effect. Brilliant. And then you listen, the most extraordinary thing. Pat's voice comes through I've morphed him, I've channeled him. And I didn't know it, but what's that? It is Pat, you listen, it's amazing. He comes through. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I have.
You do forget that there's one person that you're listening to. I think you're being far too honest here as well, because you've just discussed the repertoire of the British Isles, from Controller Holson's Yorkshire to Ben's Cockney and so on. But of course, in order to emphasise the diversity of humans against the Cybermen, it's a completely multinational movie base. It's almost like a showreel for you. Of course, they're just about every European accent.
I'm not that great on accents, so that point, I wrote to really work hard on them. But we did it. And hopefully they'll ask me to do another one.
Did you do that before you actually returned to the part of Polly for Big Finish? Or had you already...
I did Resistance. Yeah. I did Resistance first.
Did you regret that? Do you think maybe doing some of the source material first would
I think I wasn't so confident in Resistance doing, and I thought it's probably better actually not to try to imitate the voice, but to sort of give a flavour. But by the time I got to Dr. Ernst Heinemann, I dropped all that, and I just thought I'd give it all the way I can, Yeah.
Well, you say you're not that confident when you come to Resistance. This is the Companion Chronicles play. But you did have a very strong idea about what Polly was and what Polly wasn't when you first saw the script.
Very nice story to see, because it's interesting. So when I was reading Dr. Ernst Heinemann, Jerry Davis wrote it, and absolutely Polly is the silent doctor. She's making Polly cocktails. In fact, I have to say, it's Ben who makes the coffee. It wasn't Polly at all. So when I got the script for that Steve Vance had written for Resistance, I didn't like the fact that I had lines to say, Steve the money is too much. Really good.
Is that making him the man he is
Yes.
now?